也是充满希望，阮咱的台湾，因为有梦，所以无同款。让我们点亮每盏期待的眼光，一起回应世界的呼唤。点亮夜晚，点亮蓝的梦。
我来自台湾。
我来自台湾。
我是来自台湾。
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 让我们点亮梦想停靠的港湾，向每个人热情的召唤。
这个台湾日的嘉年华会的开始。
我们做的是一个超越台湾，还有超越嘉年华的台湾嘉年华会。
The Sydney Taiwan Festival is communicating the features of Taiwanese culture to the broader Australian community.
我们也不忘我们自己在母国从台湾来的文化，所以今天透过我们这些台湾的同乡，把台湾的精彩风貌来介绍给大家。
I think the most important commonality between Australia and Taiwan is the fact that we have both become such successful democracies that value freedom, democracy and liberalism as such important.
Taiwanese represents one of our top 10 cultures within our city, and it is the diversity within Chatswood and the city of Willoughby which makes it such a vibrant and exciting place to be.
I learned a lot through the explanations about the history of all the different activities, about the history of the sugar drawing.
那么布袋戏它的形成大概400年。那么在台湾凡是神明生日的时候，我们会在庙口演布袋戏。
It was fabulous for our boys to see the dances and the performances of the indigenous cultures in Taiwan.
每一颗跳动的心，都是这片土地最美的亮点。
记得台湾怎么样？台湾是上街头，
我们都已经在雪梨完成的叫做历史性的任务。
Mr. Deputy Speaker, recently I had the great pleasure to be at the opening of the Taiwan Festival in Sydney. This is the 5th Taiwan Festival to have been held, and it was held in Victoria Avenue in Chatswood, at the southern end of my electorate, and indeed at the northern end of the electorate of my very good friend, the member for North Sydney. And in fact, both the member for North Sydney and I were present at this very important event. The Taiwanese Australian community is a significant community around Australia and indeed within my electorate of Bradfield. As at the time of the most recent census, there were over 28,000 people born in Taiwan living in Australia, and they were preponderantly to be found in Sydney and in Brisbane. Interestingly, almost half of those in Australia who were born in Taiwan have arrived in Australia in the last 10 years. And the richness and vigour of Taiwanese community activity is really quite impressive, particularly when you consider the proportion of those who have arrived in the last 10 years. Certainly the Taiwan Festival Sydney, held in Chatswood, featured more than 30 stalls. There was traditional Taiwanese food stalls in a night market style setting. There were a range of craft and cultural exhibits, and there were popular children's folk games to introduce young people to Taiwanese culture. The event was well supported by local dignitaries, and I do want to commend Mr James Kuo, the chairman of the Taiwan Festival, Mr Chang Liang Ming, the Chief Secretary of the Overseas Community Affairs Council from Taiwan, Mr Morgan Chung, the Deputy Director General of the Taipei Economic and Culture Office in Sydney, and also Mr Paul Lin. The purpose of this festival, this very important festival, is to give people of Taiwanese origin living in Sydney the chance to connect or reconnect with their culture, to allow the next generation of Taiwanese Australians a better understanding of their culture and heritage, but also, very importantly, to showcase to the broader Australian community the contribution being made by those of Taiwanese background. And the vigour of the cultural activities, of course the quality of some of the delicious food on offer, and many other features of this event, I think very successfully achieved the objective of communicating to the broader Australian community the vigour of the Taiwanese Australian community. So let me express my thanks to everybody involved in organising this very significant event, the 5th Taiwan Festival Sydney. I was pleased to participate, and I hope that I'll have the opportunity to participate in future such events.
点亮台湾，我有100种想法。我有100种想法。
那路湾的咿呀哦嗨呀，你跟我有同款的梦。那路湾的咿呀哦嗨呀，你跟我有同样的梦。那路湾的咿呀哦嗨呀，马拉扎古拉马伊达。那路湾的咿呀哦嗨呀，来到你有空用给我。睁开眼睛，我看见你，阳光下你的脸闪灵摇曳风情，路儿弯弯，周朝拥挤， 我不担心迷失方向路径，有些焦急，或者期许，等不及抵达。